Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Genius Knowledge Point, your go-to place for practical programming solutions for diploma, computer and IT students. If you are stuck on any practical assignment or just want to learn how to solve programs step by step, then you are in the right place. The main purpose of making this video is to provide practical knowledge to all diploma students so that they can develop their own programs which will be helpful for their future. In this video, we will see practical number 25 and 26 of object-oriented programming, which is under Diploma, Computer and IT, third semester case scheme. So, in practical number 25, the programs are similar to practical number 24. That is, we have to do input-output operations on a file. That is, we have to read content of one file and write it to another file. The same questions we have covered in the practical number 24. So, we will not do this programming here because we have already developed those programs in practical number 24. So that's why I am skipping this practical number 25 and now moving toward the practical number 26. So in practical number 26, we have to do programs to perform input-output operations on binary files. So what are the binary files? The binary files are having data in the binary format, that is ones and zeros. Those data is called binary format. So that file is similar to our text file, but the data is not in the form of text. It is having ones and zeros and hexadecimal code. So that will become a binary file. So moving toward the first question, in exercise, write a program to copy contents of one file to another file using get and put methods. So again we are going to perform similar operation that we have seen in the practical number 24 and 25, that we have to copy content from one file to another file, and functions we are going to use here is get and put functions. So let us move to the coding part first. So this is the code for using get and put functions. So initially I am including iostream.h file, so that will be for input-output operations as a cin and cout. Then I am including fstream.h file because we are going to deal with file handling classes. For that purpose we need fstream.h. Then additionally I have to include conio.h also because I am going to use clear screen and get.ch. So I am including conio.h here. Then after that, moving toward the main function. So int main, this is the definition of function. So inside main function, I am creating object of ifstream class because I want to read file and I have to read that content into another file. So for that purpose I am creating one object of ifstream class and naming it as source file. So this is the object name and this is the class name. So while creating object I am using a parameterized constructor. So in this parameter I am passing my input file, so that is abc.txt that we have used in previous practicals. So abc.txt is my input file. From that file I will be reading the content and I will be writing that content to another file, that is xyz.txt. So for that purpose I am creating another object of another class, that is offstream. So ifstream will be reading the file and if offstream class will be writing the content of this file into xyz.txt. So the object name is dest file, so that is destination file, and again I am using parameterized constructor and passing file name here inside double quotes. So this is the input file and this is output file. Then after that I am creating one character variable, as we have seen in the previous practicals that we have to read the content of abc into characters. So all the characters from abc.txt will be read one by one into ch variable, and that ch variable will be written into this xyz.txt content. So this is how the copy will happen. So this is the character variable. Then I am starting a while loop. So inside while loop what I am doing, I am using object dot get method. So source file is my input file name object and I am using get method here because our question is given to use get and put method. So source file dot get, this method will read the content and that content will be stored into ch, and while reading it will return true or false. So when it will return true, if the data is present inside the file, that means a character is present inside the file, then it will return true and our while loop will continue there. And if the data is ended or the characters are ended in the file, so at that time it will return false and we will move out of the while loop. So this is how the while loop will continue. So every time this source file.get method will read a character one by one from this abc.txt, and that character will be stored into ch, and we will go inside a while loop. And inside while loop, what we have done, dest file.put. So we have used put method here. It will write that content to dest files, and dest file is connected to xyz.txt. So it will write the content to xyz.txt and the content will be character ch. So the ch data will be written one by one to the xyz.txt until this while loop is present. So this is how the while loop will read the data and write the data into destination file. So while loop is ended here. So finally we have to close both the file objects. So that is source file.close method is called. So it will close the abc.txt, and dest file close method is called. It will close the xyz.txt. So this is how both the files will be closed. And finally I am writing cout message, that is file copied successfully, and attaching endl there. So what it will do, it will display the message on output screen and our files will be copied before that. So finally getch is there to hold output screen and returning 0 because main is returning integer. So entire code is copied here. Then moving toward the compiler, taking a new file, pasting the code here. Then I have to save this file where my abc.txt is present. So that's why I am going to file, save as, then going to the destination folder where I have C++ folder where I have put my abc.txt, and I am just naming it no name, cpp, and save. So it is showing me that the file is already present. So the file is saved now. So I am going to debug and running the code. So it is displaying file copied successfully. So if you want to see the output, you have to go to the destination where our files are, that is abc.txt is present here, and this is the input file. So this is the content of input file, and if you see, the xyz.txt is created at this time. So this is just created now. So if you open the file, if you see the same content is present here, that means our file is copied here. We have copied the data from abc.txt to xyz.txt and it is copied as it is. So this is how the data copy is happened here, and finally the output screen is displaying file copied message successfully. So this is how we have completed this first question. Now moving toward the second question, that is write a programs to perform input output operations on binary files. So if you see this second question of exercise, and both the questions inside practical related questions are same. We have to perform operations on binary file, and the operations are again input output operations. That is, we have to read the content, that is the input operation, and we have to write the content, that is output operation. So instead of creating three different programs, I am creating single program that will cover all the questions. That is all three questions will be covered in one program only. So we have to use the binary file again here. And what is the binary file? A binary file is having data in the format of binary content, that is ones and zeros and hexadecimal code. So that will become a binary file. And again we have to perform the input operation and output operation on binary file. That means we have to copy the binary file as the input file, and we have to paste that content into another binary file as the output file. So that will be the basic concept behind this all three questions. So let us move to the coding part directly. So initially we are including some files. So first I am including iostream.h because I am going to use C in cout functions in the program. So for that purpose we need iostream.h. As we are dealing with the file handling, so for that purpose we need fstream.h header file. So we can use file handling classes there. Then I am including conio.h because I am going to use getch function. For that purpose conio.h is required. Then moving toward the main function, so inside main I am creating object of if stream class as a in file. So as we are going to read the content from input file, so for that purpose we need a class object of if stream. So this is the object of if stream class that will be reading a file. Then second object is created of class upstream, so it will be out file object name. So this will be related to output file, because we want to read the data from one file and we have to write the data to another file. So for reading purpose I am creating this object in file, and for writing purpose I am creating second object, that is out file. Both the classes are different here. If stream will be reading the data and upstream class will be writing the data. So for in file object, what I am doing, I am using or calling open function. So in file dot open, and in bracket I am passing two parameters. First parameter is my input file enclosed in double quotes, so input.bin. So as our question is given, we are going to deal with binary files. So for that purpose I am taking input file as .bin extension. So input.bin is binary file, and this will be opened for input data. And second parameter is iOS scope resolution binary. So we have seen this in the previous practical that whenever we want to add a mode inside a file name, so this indicates that this file is opened as a binary file. So iOS scope resolution binary, so the file will be opened as binary file. So next I am calling out file dot open function. So this open function will be opening out file object. Then again I am passing two parameters. First parameter is my file name, so this will be output file name, and again I am using output.bin extension. So this indicates it is a binary file, and comma iOS scope resolution binary. So again it is indicating that I am opening this file as a binary file. So both the files are open now using their respective objects. Then as the question is given, we are dealing with entire content of the file, as we are going to copy the content of first file into another file entirely. We are not copying the content each character by character. So for that purpose I am taking array of character and naming it as a buffer. So this buffer will be storing the entire content of input.bin, and that buffer will be returned to output.bin. So this is how the program will happen here. So we are not dealing with single character at a time, so we are copying it entirely and pasting it entirely. So that's why I am taking this character array, and the size is taken as 1024. So at a time it can store 1024 characters. Next I am using read method. So as given in the question, we have to use read and write methods here. So for read method I am calling infile.read. Then in bracket I am passing first parameter as a buffer. So this parameter is where I want to store the data. So I am writing it writing that data into buffer. So whatever the content is present inside input.bin, that will be stored into buffer array, and comma second parameter is size of buffer. So here the size of buffer will be passed as 1024. So at a time 1024 characters will be taken from input.bin. If they are present, then it is stored into buffer array. So next the data is copied into buffer. Now it is time to copy that data from buffer to output file. So for that purpose I am calling out file dot write method. So write method will be writing data from our buffer to output file. So out file is our output file which is connected to output.bin. So this is how the data will be copied. So again I am passing two parameters. First parameter is the data that I want to copy, or the data that I want to write, then comma second parameter is infile.getCount. So whatever the data is present inside infile, so that much data will be counted here, and that data count will be present here. So only that much data will be sent through this write function, because the buffer is having 1024 size, and if the data is not present inside input.bin till those characters, that is the data size is less than 1024 characters, then it will send the extra data, that is garbage data. So that we don't want to send to write function. So for that purpose I am writing infile.count. So this is the size of data that I want to write. So only those data or those characters will be sent which are present inside infile using write method. So this is how the copy will happen. And finally we have to close both the files. I am writing it infile.close and outfile.close. So both the files will be closed here. And finally I am writing a cout simple message, binary file copied successfully, and attaching ended. And finally get.ch will hold the output screen and returning 0. So the code is complete here. So copying the entire code, then inside my compiler pasting the entire code. Now we have to create input.binary file. So that's why we will go to our location, that is file location, where I have already created input.binary file. So I am just opening this with Notepad++. So if you see, this is the binary data which is present inside this input.bin. So what I will do, I will save this file here on my location and we will run this program at the same location. So the file is already saved there. Now going to compiler, and this program is not present at the same location, so I have to save this program at that location. So I am going to the folder where we have put the files, C++. So I am just naming it as default name.cpp. So now the file and my program both are in the same location, so I can run this program. I am running this program. If you see, the output is generated binary file copied successfully. So if you go to that location, that is our C++ location, if you see, the output file is created now. So this is the time at which this file is created. This is the current time, and this file was not present before. This file is created now. So if you open this file with Notepad++, if you see, the content is same which is present inside input.bin. So the entire file is copied into that buffer array, and that entire buffer array is again copied to the output file.bin. So this is how we have copied the data from one binary file to another binary file, and the data which was present inside binary file was copied into buffer array entirely using this array size, and that entire buffer array was copied to our output file using write method. So this is how we have completed the second question, and all the three questions are having same concept. So you can create same program for these three questions because the content of all the three questions is same, that is read the objects and write to another file. Again copy the content of one binary file to another binary file, and we have done it using read and write functions. In the previous question we have done it using get and put functions. So this is how the practical number 26 is also completed, and the entire practical questions of object oriented programming are completed here. So that's it for today's practical. I hope this helped you understand the solution clearly. Code for this practical is available at the link given in the description. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such diploma level programming solutions. If you have any doubts or need solutions for other programs, drop a comment below. I will be happy to help. And hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching and happy coding.